Good morning. Right now it's 7 a.m. and that normally would be a good thing to me. But today, fate has made it so that it's not. Usually when we come on trips for the weekend, I think to myself, that Sunday morning, we should get up as early as possible and just start the day and go, 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 go. I did not make that commitment last night. My commitment for last night was, we've got this hotel room until 11 a.m. The first place we want to go in the morning doesn't open until 9. So, whatever, just sleep as much as you possibly can and see how that goes. I did not get to sleep as much as I possibly can. Around an hour ago, around 6 o'clock, some sort of machine on the other side of the wall from where I'm sleeping just started going "Rrrr, rrrr, rrrr." I proceeded to try and figure out if it was in our room, and I unplugged basically everything that's in the room. If that's bad, then stuff in the room is not working. I turned off our air conditioning unit completely. It was an ice box in there, so that wasn't a problem. But after turning off everything, you can still hear that sound. I can hear it up here. Oh, I'm now on the roof of our building, which isn't a bad thing. And there's nobody up here trying to tell me that I can't be up here, so awesome. I haven't really figured out what this building is. Could be a Love Hotel, could be anything. But we're in the Love Hotel district and I can see many on the horizon. And the stork as the symbol for the Love Hotel, that would answer a lot of childhood questions here. I thought we stayed in Hotel Clara. We didn't stay in Hotel Clara, which is next door and looks weird. But we stayed in Hotel Kanji Kanji Kanji, and Hotel Kanji 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 costs 9,000 yen for where we stayed. And I'm starting to look at Love Hotels, not based on the price. The price is going to be whatever you fall into because demand changes every day and whatnot. So whatever price you find is the price you find. But it's all about the quality that you expect going in and where you end up after you experience the Love Hotel room. So we went in and for 9,000 yen, I expected average. And when we went in and I saw that massaging chair, I was like, okay, I'm getting more for my money than I expected. That Love Hotel. Then Eric showed me the jacuzzi and I was like, getting even more for my money. That's really exciting. But then I took a shower and the water pressure and the temperature really weren't working out so good. And then I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning, well, earlier than that in regards to when the noise started. And the room smelled really bad. But I think those were the super pros and super cons. The rest of it was just completely neutral. So I'd say we ended up a little bit below quality of expectation.
I just thought it smelled bad. That was my biggest complaint. The noise was a little annoying, but I mean, I can sleep through anything really. But the smell was just, the cigarettes were just too much. They need to take the carpet off the walls.
This is the best way to start the morning. Yes.
So Yokohama is having a Pikachu festival this week. So we're hoping to see more Pikachu things, but this little car is pretty incredible. I'm starting to wonder, like, can I buy this? Because I want that.
One thing that we find really hard to get is breakfast for breakfast. There are shops that you can go to and they'll serve you breakfast at lunchtime or dinner time, but you can't find breakfast for breakfast. And our book actually showed us this place called Bill's, which is really popular. There's a location here in Yokohama and there's a location in Kamakura and other ones throughout Japan, like 3 or 4 total. And they serve breakfast for breakfast. So it's almost 10:30ish, and they opened at 9 o'clock, which is like, to me, breakfast started a little bit before that, but I'll take it. Normally restaurants open around 11 here. So a 9 o'clock open is pretty impressive. And we've been told it's gonna be about a half an hour, and we were standing in the hot sun outside in this very long line, and they've actually brought us inside, so I've kind of signed on. We'll definitely be going to this restaurant, even though I was looking around the area like, can I find somewhere else to go for breakfast? But there's really nothing else around here that isn't gonna open until 11, so I'm excited because we'll be going to this restaurant, but I'm not super excited about the wait, but it's not in the hot sun. Sometimes food's so good, you just don't have time to make huge videos about them. Frittata. Berries and pancakes. Let's go.
And sometimes that breakfast is so good that you skip making the video and then you ate some and you were like, oh my god, this is incredible, I need to say something about it. So what I have is like a pancake, and it's got a berry butter. So this stuff, it looked like sausage, but it's actually a berry butter, like literally. And of course, little berries, and there's some sugar on it, and they gave me a little bit of maple syrup. Well, what's really stand out here is the consistency of the pancake is like fluffy but grainy in a way.
Grainy?
Yeah, I don't know how to explain this, but it's like the best pancake texture I've ever had in my life. I don't know how they made this. It doesn't even make sense. It's like something NASA created or something. It's just there's berry in the pancake, and it's just really, really good. Wow. I also have a homemade almond milk tea that is very good. And Katie's selection is completely different, and I'm going to convince her to tell you something about it. Tell us something about it.
Oh, I gotta talk about it? I was just gonna eat it. Well, you gotta work, you have to create it. You gotta put all of the stuff together properly. The best that you can, if you can. Come on. The air conditioner.
So what do you have?
Problem.
You have avocado.
Okay. So I've got a roast tomato. I have a frittata that has meat and obviously egg and corn. Corn is the top guy on this, so it's very corny. And there is avocado salsa, and I think this is basil. Might be wrong about that. My greenery, I don't know much. Yesterday, we had that soboro stuff, and we took all these great flavors and we mixed them together, and they just got muted and dull. Here, you're taking a whole bunch of not necessarily dull flavors, but singular flavors, and when you mix them together, outstanding. I want to point out, I didn't even put any bacon on it.
I want to know, how is the bacon? Get a piece of bacon. That looks like real, legit, normal bacon. It's not floppy. That's good, fine.
Yep.
We may have to work out a trade here.
Yep. Don't eat any of that top pancake. I got that pancake.
This guy?
Yep.
I can't make any promises.
It's a bit of a pricey breakfast, but totally worth it. Both meals were outstanding and have inspired me to want to make fritters at home. I kept saying frittata, or whatever I was saying, because we had looked at the katakana. We looked at the kana for it, and you just sound it out and you make up words and hope that you're saying the right thing, but they were saying fritters. And I don't really even know what fritters are, but I would like to make fritters at home now.
So in Yokohama, they're having this, seriously, they're having a Pikachu festival, and it's been going for a week. And we've got this pamphlet that shows kind of like where all these different events and stuff are happening, but it's a bit confusing because what we really want to do is find like a parade of a whole bunch of Pikachu, because we've seen pictures of this. So we're thinking like at some point there's gonna be like 1,000 of Pikachus together, like all dancing together, and I think that would just be amazing to see. But so far we went into this mall and they were having hula dancers, and like Pikachu came up on stage and danced with them and stuff. And then afterwards, the Pikachus had to leave the little stage area and walk through the mall, and like all of Pikachu's security guards and stuff like stopped everybody like from like, everybody's like running along to make a line like they were the Beatles or something, you know? And like the security guards were like stopping and holding everybody back. And then the Pikachus came, and when they came to this little girl that was next to me, both of them hugged her, and she was like, ah, Pikachu! And I was like, ah, Pikachu! It's pretty amazing. I hope we find more.
Pikachu, high five, go! How many was it?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Did you say Pika every time you did it?
I said boom! We found them! I think there's like 10! And there might be more!
Pikachu ni hakushu! Pika Pika!
In previous times being here in Yokohama, we've wanted to come to this amazing brick building that you see behind me. And we haven't been able to because we've either just been too busy or thought of other things to do, but today we were like, we can totally come here because it's going to be where Pikachu's at, and Pikachu's been dancing all around this area and all around these amazing buildings. And they look gorgeous. Like, gorgeous, I mean by like, they look old and they make you want to think about them and what happened. But I have to say, I have still no idea what happened with these buildings. I have no history of the buildings. We've been in and out of them all day. We ate breakfast in there, we went in there after the Pikachus were dancing, and I learned nothing about it because it's all omiyage and shops now. It's just shopped out. It's all commerce. So I have no idea why these buildings are here, but they look really amazing, especially at night. We got to enjoy them last night. They looked really great. Maybe someday we'll learn what they're about other than commerce. The landmark tower is pretty easy to see from almost anywhere here in Yokohama, but it is amazing to see it up close and just crane your neck far, 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 far up so that you can see it all the way at the top. But what's amazing is down at the bottom, it looks like a gladiator arena. Kind of just fell here. It makes no sense. I don't understand what events they're holding here, but I want to know what events they're holding here, and I want to like throw a roast leg of some sort of animal at someone. It just seems like what you're supposed to do here.
I think at the end of the Pikachu festival, there's going to be a battle of Pikachus in this pit. It's totally happening. This is ridiculous.
It's not a trip to Yokohama if you don't go on the sea bus! Ah, this is the best part. I love boats. Yeah! We've been to Chinatown many times, so we're not going to go crazy on Chinatown this time, but we've come to the Panda Shop, and the Panda Shop's kind of known as the Panda Shop. And it's got this gigantic panda outside. It's really cool and really cute and always brings you in. And the area that it brings you into is just kind of cruddy. And you end up leaving going, why did I go into that panda shop? But we went further into the panda shop today. And we found lots of weird things like fortune cookies. And one thing I've wanted to do in Chinatown is find good Mapo food. It's from China. So I want to get it in Chinatown. And here at the store, apparently they do a lot of samples. I just had a sample of some random other stuff, and I'm having a sample of some mapo tofu. And I've had 2 different dishes here at restaurants, absolutely terrible. They just want to get you in and get you fed and get you out, and it's been terrible, terrible, terrible. But here at this little shop, this mapo tofu is great. Oh, onions. Our book kind of recommended this like sandwich that really looked like a kebab, like a Middle Eastern kebab that you'd find here, like a Turkish kebab. Is Turkish Middle Eastern?
Close enough.
Okay. Well, we came here and we saw this, and it really like solidified that it felt like that Turkish kebab that you'd see like in a pita, and it said pita pan, pita bread.
And we're in Chinatown.
We're in Chinatown, so we kind of thought, oh, maybe it's a fusion, or they've got their own thing going. We kind of hit that they don't have their own thing going. They just made up that it's a pita. It is pita style. Like, it looks pita-esque, but it's done so Nikuman-esque. Maybe it is a fusion, and it's just so fusion that we can't even fathom it.
It looks like they've sliced one of their buns in half.
Yeah.
But it is, the texture is a
of
little...
a pita.
Yeah, it's a little different. Well,
it's not this puffy.
Why is it so small?
And why is it so small? I would have never thought. And it's got the lettuce and it's got the meat. There are 2 pieces of meat.
What did this cost?
400 yen.
So that's $3. Man, that lady robbed you. It's basically stewed beef.
It's outstanding.
Is it good?
Oh my gosh.
Is it worth 400 yen?
That flavor is.
Let me try this.
I only did the meat, so I don't know about the bun and the lettuce. See, I'm saying bun, I'm not saying pita, but that meat is, wow, stewed to perfection.
It really is. It's very, very good. Some of the sauce is very Chinese-y, kind of. Like, I don't even know how to verbalize the sauce. It's a little tiny bit sweet, but like the texture and everything of that meat is like dripping off the bone type of good.
Yeah, dripping off the bone. Look, dude, you get your 200 yen's worth and you pass it over.
The pita is pretty good too. I wish it was bigger. Like,
yeah.
if this thing was really big, like I could eat like this is a meal, like the whole deal. Wow. Yeah, this is on point.
I've seen these so many times when we've come here, and I've stared at it and gone, should I get it?
It stared back at you.
Yeah, he has a panda friend who's sweet, but this is, we're not in it for sweet today. We're in it for meat. And we had the stewed beef, and now this is kind of a stewed pork. And it came out of the steamer just now. It's burning my finger. Oh my God. I'm gonna go for it regardless of...
It's gonna bite you back with that heat.
Getting that snout.
Okay, so it's
I
like
couldn't get the meat, man.
It's like a block of pork, right?
Nikuman's so good.
Is this sauce good? What else is in there?
Shredded pork.
There's no way it's better than that thing we ate a minute ago.
It's not. But it's cuter and bigger. Cheaper.
Cheaper. But which would you rather have another of?
Can I just mix them together? Can I get that pork, or can I get the beef in this? So I can snort and enjoy it and have fun, and then also have the best meat in the world? After hanging out and people watching in Chinatown, sitting in a place that said we were not allowed to sit there, I break the rules. We're walking to a train station and we're caught in a little bit of a downpour, so I've just decided we're gonna pull over and wait it out at this convenience store that has a nice little overhang and listen to the rain and hope we don't end up having to get too wet to make our way to the next destination.
We have come back up to Yokohama Station, and kind of connected to Yokohama Station is a little shopping mall with a food court, and in that food court is a Singapore chicken rice restaurant. And we've never actually eaten at the Singapore chicken rice restaurant, but we've had Singapore chicken rice in Singapore, and it was one of the best meals I can think of ever having. Like, it was just sublime, a super amazing meal. And I actually have a place that's up in Tokyo that I can get this, and it's pretty good, but it's always nice to try a different variation of it. So we have gotten it, and I will show you what it is a little bit. So I think what they do is they somehow cook the rice and the chicken together, maybe in like the rice cooker or something, I'm not sure. But a lot of the flavor from the chicken ends up into the rice, and it makes it kind of a different type of dish. Usually rice isn't, you know, flavored in that sense. And they nailed it. It's good. There's a lot of chicken flavor in that rice, and it's exactly how I can get it in Ueno. It's been so long since I've had it in Singapore, I'm not sure how it's on par with that, but that's a pretty good flavor. It also tends to be served with a clear broth soup, and this isn't a super exciting thing, but it's meant to complement like the other flavors.
It's actually quite good.
Yeah, it's kind of like an egg drop soup, I think, like, but maybe not. I'm not quite sure.
It's just oniony to me.
It's an oniony something. Yeah. And there's also a few different sauces, and I
Chili sauce.
seem to recall only having 2 sauces in Singapore. I don't know what the middle sauce is, but
Garlic
I'm
is
gonna,
the middle, and
Is it garlic? Yeah. And that's just the dark sauce, whatever it is. A little kid just threw a sign on the ground.
bam!
So I'm gonna take this big chunk of chicken, and I'm gonna put a bit of it in there, a bit of it in there. I think that's how you do it. I really don't remember, but I do remember you're supposed to mix the sauces somehow. That might not be the right way I get. Yeah, it's pretty good. I feel like the sauces aren't dead on. There's something wrong with the sauces here.
Which to me seems like the thing that would be easy to nail.
Yeah, you think that you would just buy the same sauce, but there's certainly not. It's way more like bitter or something. The attack is way stronger than I think it was supposed to be. I don't know if it's the chili or the dark sauce.
Well, now you've just made smart sauce.
Yeah. Okay. The chicken is, it's okay. The rice was really good, the soup was really good, but the chicken of the chicken rice should probably be better. Anyway, if you have the means, wherever you live, you should try to find Singapore chicken rice and see if you can find like some authentic stuff, because when it's good, it's amazing. This, I probably won't come back. So I ended up taking the garlic and putting it into the black sauce and mixing it up, and then dipping from the black sauce into the chili sauce, and that helped quite a bit. It still wasn't like exceptional, but Katie pointed out that this is kind of like, it's like the fast food version of chicken rice, so maybe having really high standards for it isn't fair. But on the other hand, in Singapore, it itself is sort of fast food, so I'm conflicted on my thoughts. It was definitely edible, but I don't know, the stuff that I'm getting in Tokyo is better, but it's more of like a sit-down restaurant than a food court, so maybe I just should have my expectations in a better place. What was your favorite part about the weekend?
My favorite thing about Kamakura was the senbei. And my favorite thing about Yokohama was when Pikachu was just jiggling. There was like 10 Pikachus and they were doing all these dance moves, and then one dance move was just jiggling. And I thought that was hilarious. I was laughing really, really hard. You?
I don't know, let's see. We didn't make any video of this, but I liked when we were just sitting looking at Yokohama at nighttime. That was one of my favorite moments. Kamakura, probably the calligraphy.
Oh yeah.
I really thought the calligraphy was fun.
High on calligraphy.
Yeah. Would you go back?
Oh yeah, I got tons more things to do. So many more things to do. I had like 15 things we could have done in Kamakura, and I think we did 2. So
today just kind of unexpectedly got eaten up by following around Pikachus. Like, I didn't expect for that to be like the main activity of the day, but it really did turn into that. But it was fun. So that leaves a lot left to explore in Yokohama, I think.
Pikachu fly hat. Hey everyone, we have a Patreon page and we'd really like for you to check it out. It'll allow you to contribute to us and make these crazy adventures we've been going on continue and get even better. So we'd really love for you to follow the link and learn more about Patreon and us. Go for it. Let's adventure.